Hello friends, welcome to Antenna 3 lecture series. Today we will discuss the types of parabolic reflectors and the feed mechanism for the parabolic reflectors. Up till now we have discussed the types of reflectors, that is rod reflectors, plane reflectors and corner reflectors. As we have seen in the corner reflector and the plane reflector, the directivity is very less because as we know there is a spherical wavefront transmission, or we can say from the geometry of these reflectors there is a plane reflective surface or reflector, and the feed antenna is provided at the focal point. So as soon as feed antenna transmit electromagnetic waves towards the reflector plate, this reflector plate will reflect these electromagnetic waves towards the space. But in the case of corner reflector and the plane reflector, the waves which are coming from the feed point or the focal point towards the reflector has spherical wavefront, and the waves which are reflecting from reflector to the space which has also spherical wavefront. So due to spherical wavefront nature of the transmitted electromagnetic waves, it has poor directivity as compared to parabolic reflectors. So in the case of parabolic reflectors, as we know the geometry of these parabolic reflectors, that is one big reflector surface which has a curved surface, or we can say parabolic surface, and the at the focal point there is a feed antenna is provided which is used to transmit electromagnetic waves or the radio waves towards the reflector plate, and the reflector plate will reflect these incident waves to the space. So as we know, the wave which are coming from the feed antenna and about to incident on the reflector plate, it has spherical wavefront nature, but those waves which are reflecting from the reflector to the space has planar wavefront. So due to this planar waves, parabolic reflector has good directivity as compared to other reflectors. So these are widely used reflectors in communication purposes, in radars or in astronomy purposes. So up till now we have seen its structure, its geometry, important equations like half power beam width, first null beam width, directivity and gain, and some salient features of parabolic reflectors, that on which parameters or on which dimensions of these parabolic reflectors its directivity determines. So now we will see very important part, that is types of parabolic reflectors. As we can see there are total 5 types of parabolic reflectors. These are: first one is the cut or truncated paraboloid, second one is the parabolic cylinder, the third one is the pillbox and cheese antenna, fourth is the offset paraboloid reflector, and the fifth is torus antenna. So this has some advantages, that is it has low cost and small size. The main disadvantage is that the beam is not directional in both azimuth and elevation angle. You should know the azimuth angle and the elevation angle and its notation. So in case of these two angles, the beam which is transmitting from these reflectors towards the space has not so much directional, but it has advantage of low cost and the small size. So we will quickly see the all types of reflectors. We don't have so much theory about this, we will see its figures. So let's see first one, that is truncated or paraboloid. So it can be seen from this figure, that is cut paraboloid reflector is shown in this figure. So it is not circular in appearance when viewed from the point of parabolic axis. So it is not that much circular. If we saw its structure from the parabolic axis, it is also called as truncated paraboloid. The next one is the parabolic cylinder. So one can see from the description. So this is formed by moving the parabola sideways. A plane sheet is curved in one dimension to obtain parabolic cylinder. It's characterized by focal line instead of focal point and the vertex line instead of vertex. So if we saw the basic structure of parabolic reflectors, there is a complete parabola, and at this center point there is a vertex point which is normally show the point by A, and by this some wavelength distance from this vertex point there is a focal point which is nothing but the feed antenna point. But in the case of parabolic cylinder, there are some changes, that is the focal line is used instead of focal point, and also it is characterized by vertex line instead of vertex point. So let's move for next description. When radiating line source is on the focal line, the parabolic cylinder is illuminated uniformly. This results in beam in the vertical plane, so its beam width is slightly less than that of full paraboloid. So as we see in the description, the beam is vertically oriented, okay, that means towards the E plane or electric field plane it is oriented. So it gives to wide beam in E plane and narrow beam in H plane. So please remember this very important point, that is in the parabolic cylinder it is mainly transmit the beam in the vertically polarized or in the vertical plane. So we can say that it gives a wide beam in electric plane and the narrow beam in H plane. The H plane is the mostly our horizontal plane, or we can say towards the magnetic field. So this parabolic cylinder mainly rise to wide beam in E plane, or we can say vertical plane. So let's move for the next type of parabolic reflector, that is third is pillbox antenna. So in the pillbox antenna, this is the reflector antenna which has cylindrical reflector enclosed by two parallel conducting plates. Those plates are perpendicular to this cylinder, and the spacing between those plates is less than one wavelength apart. The structure is shown in this figure, that is pillbox antenna. It is excited by probe through a coaxial line. If you learn the feeding mechanism of the horn antenna or other types of antenna, that is probe feed mechanism is mostly used in the antenna mechanism. So you should know about the probe feed mechanism for the antenna. So in the case of pillbox antenna, it is excited by probe through a coaxial line. It is produce wide beam in E plane and narrow beam in H plane. So its orientation of beam it's same as the the last type of antenna, that is paraboloid reflector. That is pillbox antenna is also provide the beam in vertical plane or in electric field plane or H plane, E plane, and it has narrow beam in H plane. That is these reflector produce shape beams or wide beam in one plane and narrow beam in other plane. So the application of this pillbox antenna is ship to ship radars. So let's move forward for other type of reflectors, that is cheese antenna. So this is also a reflector antenna which has cylindrical reflector enclosed by two parallel conducting plates perpendicular to the cylinder but spaced more than one wavelength apart. So those have similar applications but some constructional changes, that is in the case of pillbox antenna, it has, in the case of pillbox antenna, the spacing between these conductors which are perpendicular to the cylinder has less than one wavelength, but in the case of cheese antenna the spacing between the conductors is more than one wavelength apart, or parallel conducting plates which are more than one wavelength apart. So those have similar applications. Let's go for next, that is offset paraboloid. So one can see the basic geometry of offset paraboloid reflector. That is, this is one form of cut paraboloid in cross section. In this, the focus is located outside the aperture. If the feed antenna is kept at the focus, the reflector and collimated rays will be produced without any interference. This reflector is very useful when the size of feed antenna is comparable with reflector. In this case, feed antenna will not block the reflected rays. So as compared to common structure of reflector antenna, if you saw this clearly, the focus point or the feed point which is used to transmit electromagnetic waves towards the reflector, which is provided outside the aperture of the reflector. So we can see the point is outside the aperture of the reflector, but in the case of basic reflector antenna, this point is inside the aperture of the reflector. So there are some advantages of this type of construction change in the offset paraboloid. We can see there are collimated rays which are reflecting from the reflector, and there will be no blockage for the collimated rays due to this focal point, and the focal point is emitting electromagnetic waves or radio waves towards this reflector or parabolic section. It will reflect these waves and transmit it into space, which are collimated rays. So we can see clearly by providing this focal point outside the aperture of this reflector, there will be no blockage for collimated rays. We can see this clearly from this figure. So the last one is the torus antenna. It is the better version of an offset reflector. It is similar to cut paraboloid. It is parabolic along the one axis and circular along the other. This antenna is useful to transmit or receive number of beams simultaneously to or from geostationary satellite orbit. This is possible by placing several feeds at the focus. So it has a higher or a better version as compared to offset reflector, and it is also similar of cut paraboloid. That is, it is parabolic along one axis and circular along the other axis. It is useful for transmit and receive number of beams simultaneously to or from a geostationary satellite orbit. So this is basic application of the torus antenna, and it is possible by placing several feeds at the focus. So these are some types of parabolic reflectors, that is total 5 types of these parabolic reflectors. It is first one is cut or truncated paraboloid. Second was the parabolic cylinder. Third one is the pillbox and cheese antenna. Fourth one is the offset paraboloid and reflector. And the fifth one is the torus antenna. So please remember, these are the types of parabolic reflectors, and in the next session we will discuss the feed mechanism of parabolic reflectors. So this is all for types of parabolic reflectors. So this figure shows the radiation pattern of parabolic reflector. So we can see the pattern is plotted for the center frequency of 2 gigahertz. The focal length is 32 meter. So the focal length is the distance between focal point and the vertex of the reflector antenna or parabolic reflector. If you saw the basic structure or the geometry of the parabolic reflectors, you will understand what is the focal length and the diameter, which is normally shown by capital D, which is nothing but 40 meters. So we are plotted this radiation pattern for E plane and the H plane for 2 gigahertz frequency, also with the elevation angle in degrees. So you should know the what is the focal length. So I again repeat, the focal length is the distance between vertex on the parabolic reflector to the focal point or the feed antenna, which is normally denoted by small f, and diameter is nothing but the distance between the corners of the reflectors or the mouth diameter or the aperture diameter or the opening of reflector, which is given by 40 meter. So we can see for E plane normalized radiation pattern, the beam is highly directive because of the principle which is works on the parabolic reflector, that is the waves which are reflecting from the reflector and traveling to in the space has a planar wavefront as compared to other types of reflectors. So due to this planar wavefront, it has more directivity as compared to other reflectors, because some other reflectors has spherical wavefront in the transmission. So the first one is the E plane normalized radiation pattern in decibel. So from this image one can see it is highly directive towards the particular side. No doubt there are some side lobes also, but as compared to other reflectors it has more directivity. Also the same pattern will be observed for H plane normalized radiation pattern in decibels. So for the H plane it has good directivity, which can be shown by this figure. Also there are some side lobes, but it has more directivity as compared to other types of antenna. So please remember this radiation pattern for H plane, normalized radiation pattern for H plane, that is plane towards the magnetic field, orientation of electromagnetic waves towards the magnetic field, and this is the orientation of waves or beam width towards the electrical field, which is vertically oriented, and for H plane those are horizontally oriented. So both has almost equal radiation pattern for E plane and H plane. And please remember what is the focal length and the diameter, because radiation pattern of any parabolic reflector and the directivity will totally depend upon the focal length and the mouth diameter or aperture diameter of the parabolic reflector. So the center frequency is taken as 2 gigahertz, and on that we have plotted the radiation pattern for E plane and H plane. So please remember, this is the radiation pattern for parabolic reflector. Thank you.